Woo, woo, woo. April 29th, 1992. There was a riot on the streets. Tell me, where were you? You were watching your own TV while we were participating in some anarchy. First stop the hit, something, I don't know. Anywhere. Wanna burn, let it burn. Wanna let it burn, wanna let it burn. So in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, today we are recording on April 29th. And April 29th, 1992, that was like 30-something years ago, right? 33? 23? 33?
33.
33 years ago.
Gosh.
And that was the day of the infamous Rodney King. It was the riots. So that was when the verdict came out, because that's what Sublime is singing in that song. And he's talking about like how they were all rioting for all sorts of different things. And he's like, that's why he's talking about like Let It Burn and there's a riot on the streets. Tell me, where were you?
Where were you?
He was participating in the anarchy.
Anarchy.
Anarchy. I don't know what that is, but I love it. But yes. So for those reasons, and also that Leslie has a great relationship and partnership with a lawyer, Erik Martin.
Yes, Erik Martin of Martin Lawyers out in Fort Worth.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was going to be on the show today, but
that's right. Yes, but
he had to have a photo shoot to be on the cover of a magazine.
Excuse me. That'll be woo the one day. We have
Yes.
to excuse us while we grace the cover.
Sorry, guys. The podcast is going to be late this week. We have a cover article to shoot. But I'm very excited for him. Erik Martin Says You're Gonna Die is doing amazing.
Good.
We have our very own beer called You're Gonna Die PA.
I drank it the other day. That one beer got me tipsy.
I mean,
I was like, "Ooh,
one will do you."
Yeah,
we're not
really will.
We're not trying to get you to meet your maker, but you might say hi with a couple of these bad boys
for sure.
But no, everything's going great. And since Erik's not here, we were gonna talk about all this attorney stuff, so we might as well just continue.
Yes. But woo the style of learn. So it's like woo lawyers edition.
Dun, dun, dun.
Attorneys at law.
I object.
That's great. I like that. That was good. That's a good touch. So if you really think about it, you don't think about it that hard, but there's like lawyers and pop culture is like, I mean, it's been there since Perry Mason.
And Perry Mason's coming back too.
That's right, it is.
I forget who's going to be Perry Mason.
I don't know. But I think I have heard that. It's funny because I think you and I both, I know I heard you say this story about like how Perry Mason was the signal to be like, let me just turn off the TV a little bit. So I will watch an old 60s show.
Yeah.
Please. You're talking
Lucy.
Yeah, you're talking to the queen of Nick at Night over here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Perry Mason didn't watch one.
No.
Are you kidding me? I'm trying to watch Lucy crack eggs while they're rehearsing for the tango. I don't have time for your serious BS, Perry.
Trying to see what kind of splaining she's going to do.
Gosh, what are her and Ethel getting into this week?
Yeah, I was definitely,
yeah.
But I do like law shows.
But now I do. Yeah, as I'm older. Yes. So there's like Perry Mason. Okay, so I guess we'll start. You want to start with shows or like?
Let's start with shows. Yeah.
Shows. Okay. So of course the Law and Order, which we were going to do at the beginning until we remembered it was April 29th, and we're like, wait,
oh duh,
missing an opportunity here. Is that Lou?
Yes.
Oh Jesus, Lou done just left the house.
Come back when the lights turn on.
The way that door slammed, I'm like, oh,
rude.
We offended Lou. Oh, I was like, Quincy's not here. I think she's here.
Sometimes it will scare the bejesus out of me because the door will slam shut, and I'm like, and then it's just Lou leaving. And I'm like,
girl, Lou was like, bye.
I have things to bark at.
You guys are so loud. Oh my. Ooh, okay.
So yeah, I remember watching LA Law when I was
LA
a kid.
Law, yes. Mm-hmm. I remember it being on. I don't remember watching it. I bet you I do
watched it
remember.
With my mom.
Yeah. Do you remember? I remember my mom liked Boston Legal. That was in the early 2000s.
Oh yeah, no, we didn't do Boston Legal.
It was kind of quirky.
Yeah.
What else? And then we talked about this before, but I haven't watched it. Better Call Saul.
I haven't. I saw the first season, and then went through a breakup, so like I didn't, didn't
I bet you
restart
both
it.
of us would like that.
I bet
we
we
need
would.
to. It was
I
like one
love
of the
Bob
best
Odenkirk.
shows.
Yeah, and I've watched Breaking Bad more than once, and I like when they interact.
When they're so we need to put that on our queue.
Put it on the list.
But Suits, I don't know what Suits.
No,
it made a resurgence.
Yeah, it did. I watched Ally McBeal back in the day.
Oh, I was gonna say I have Ally McBeal.
I used to have nightmares about that Ooga Chugga baby, that dancing baby. And it would come down my hall, and it would had its arms out, and it thought I was its mom, and I would have nightmares. I hated that Ooga Chugga baby.
Yeah, I was not a Ally McBeal. She was always too skinny. I was like, "Girl, is you okay?"
I liked that she listened to Barry White.
Mm.
I was like, yeah, she like would have like fun like dance scenes and
right,
stuff.
Right.
She was skinny, but I don't know. It was fun. It was fun.
It was a fun show.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, Ally McBeal, for judging you. What about? Did you ever watch How to Get Away with Murder with Viola Davis? I think I watched like a season or two, but it went into the category of those shows that get crazy after a while. Like the third season, you're like, what?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
I think that since I didn't jump on the bandwagon right away, I was like, what?
I'll never forget. I used to watch what's that show? Empire. With the one with Taraji P. Henson and stuff, and like at first it was great, and everybody that was like for the culture. It was all black people, and it was in music, so everybody was like, yay, loved it. And then like season 2 came on 3, and after a while it started getting kind of crazy, and I just kind of was like, that's enough of Cookie Lions and the family. And then like one day I saw it on, and I was like, oh, let me see what's going on Empire. And I was just like, freaking Angelina Jolie, no, Demi Moore, like chained up in some house.
Oh my god!
With Lucius lying there, and I was like, "How did we get here?" I'm like, "What?
In what scenario? What?"
I was so shocked, and I left. I thought I left before it got too crazy. And girl, I'm like, Demi Moore, girl, put some clothes on. What is you doing? How did Lucius get you in this situation? Girl, that was wild. It's fun stuff.
That is
funny. Okay. Night Court.
Love it.
Night Court was fun. My dad liked to watch Night Court.
I loved Night Court back in the day. Yeah. Bull and everybody.
Is that a thing? Is that really?
What?
Night Court?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, like court at night?
Yeah, like do they do that for I don't know, like in New York, girl, New York be doing some crazy stuff. New York's like a 24/7 city. So maybe if you're drunk, I don't know.
I've literally never ever thought about the fact that
why you laugh at me?
At night. So I was like night court because like I don't know.
Leslie,
girl, I've never thought about
you didn't know that's the whole premise of the show.
The night part. I don't know why I never thought about it.
That's why it was so crazy because they were all like
they were ladies of the night.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Lord! So you thought it was just a regular court, just a crazy court? I don't know what they're doing at that crazy court.
Harry, get your court together. He was a magician.
Oh, in the daytime.
Hence, he's a right. Well,
Lord Jesus. Is Night Court. That is hilarious. Night Court, a real thing. Yes, Night Court is a real thing. While the TV show Night Court features fictional cases, it is based on real night court sessions that take place in the New York Criminal Court. New York, I told you, New York, we're doing some. And these sessions are held from
till when?
To 1 a.m., 5 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Can you imagine having to be at court at midnight?
Well, but it says it's designed to accommodate individuals who can't attend court during regular business hours. Because that's true.
The ladies of the night's business hours are during night court.
But like, what if you're like a restaurant manager?
They didn't have no restaurant managers and.
Well, that not on the show. They said the cases are not. I'm talking about in real life. But I don't know. And then maybe the ladies of the night. I don't know, girl. But it's real, so it's based on a true story.
Moral of the story is night court.
Night court.
It's at night.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I couldn't remember. I was like, how do they go to
that? So good. Yeah, back when I didn't have my phone on silent all the time, that was my ringtone.
Really?
Hell yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I have mine on
yours was the ESPN.
Yes, that's true.
Yours
That's so funny that now we have put our phones on silent. And okay, I'm glad you bring this up because someone who shall be unnamed would always get mad at me because I would keep my phone on vibrate because I'm like, it goes off all the time. That's annoying.
Yes.
And they would always like,
like you're being shady?
Yes. Like, I don't know, because you keep your phone on vibrate all the time.
Literally, whatever. I don't think my phone has been on silent for 8 years.
I thought everybody's was. Not every, but like, I thought that was like I keep it on vibrate so I can hear if it texts or actually rings.
Mm-hmm.
But like, hardly anybody.
And now you have your most people have like their watches and stuff too. So
and I'm like, because otherwise you get a Facebook notification, a TikTok notification, an Instagram, an email, a text.
Well, because at one point I was very diligent about each notification having a different sound. And so I would know what was happening. Mm-hmm. Oh, Facebook is this, and a text message is that.
Right.
But then, like, I changed phones one too many times, and I was like, I'm just gonna put this shit on silent.
And then don't let a group text go off. Lord Jesus.
Oh,
no, I don't want to hear it. So I am not trying to be shady. I just can't. I get annoyed after a while.
It is the way that it is.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the majority of people. Nobody wants to hear everybody's ringtones. Yeah.
And it makes you kind of anxious too. Like, okay, let's say a group chat's going off, but maybe he's not going off about anything. Maybe they're just talking about something like, yeah, did you see this? It is funny. But in your head, you're like, someone's dying.
Right?
Let me grab to my phone. And then you're like, God damn it, guys. Yes, I'm going to the Beyonce Cowboy Carter Tour. And then you just like freaked out over nothing. Mm-hmm. So it is kind of almost like anxiety inducing a little bit.
Yeah. Like, I'd rather I'll get to it when I don't need to be reachable 24/7. Nobody needs to be.
Yeah.
If I'm busy or if I'm doing something or I can't give my attention to you at that time, there is zero wrong with me holler back at you.
Yeah.
Men and women were not meant to have their ears and eyes open listening to other people all the time.
Preach it, sister.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh, The Lincoln Lawyer. Did you ever watch The Lincoln Lawyer?
I watched the first season.
I watched them. You know what? I love it when a hairstylist puts on a TV show like this. Like because it wouldn't be something that I picked, but then they put it on and you can kind of just jump right in and you're like sitting there watching, like, shoot. Oh. So I had fun watching it get my hair done one time.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that.
I liked the first season.
Yeah. And then, but did you ever see the movie? The one with Matthew McConaughey? Is that the one that he won the... No, he won for the HIV one.
Oh, $1 Million Club?
Something. Is that what he won the Oscar for?
I think so.
Yeah. I think he got nominated for Lincoln Lawyer.
Yeah. Wait, Lincoln Lawyer, the movie, and then what's the show that him and Woody Harrelson? Is that Lincoln Lawyer?
No, that's True Detective.
That's what I'm thinking of. First season. Lord bless.
Because I watched True Detective the last season with Jodie Foster. And that was really good.
Yeah. I didn't watch that one.
Yeah. I should watch that one with
I did not see The Lincoln Lawyer.
You didn't see The Lincoln Lawyer? Okay. Well, it's like I said, it's a good show if you go somewhere and they're doing your hair and you're just don't watch. That's a great show. But watch it. Either way, watch it. It's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I get down for sure lawyer movies. What other ones you got?
Okay. I said, my favorite. Okay, so I like The Good Wife. Because that was the one. What's her name? Is her name Juliana Margulies?
Mm-hmm.
Is that her name? Is that Margulies?
I think so.
She's been around for a long time.
She's pretty.
She's pretty, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was married to. I think it's Mr. Big. That motherfucker there.
Mm.
Oh. I didn't even watch Sex in the City, but I knew Big. I'm like, and then you're gonna go back to him, girl.
How many times?
And please leave me at the altar. How you left you at the altar?
After he took 10 years to say he would marry her.
Oh, girl, why? That is teaching women such bad stuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not supposed to like teach something. Maybe it's just showing you like, don't be this girl.
This is an option. And this is how it looks to take that
I would be pissed because I identify with Charlotte the most on that show. And I would be pissed if I was Charlotte. You're like, what the hell is wrong with you?
She
was pissed.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law would always laugh at me and call me Charlotte because I was always mad at her ex-husband. Like the maddest of anybody in the whole family. And then one time I was running and over there and I saw him, and then I came home and I was like, "Oh, Vanessa, I saw so and so like her ex's husband's name." I was like, "I flipped them off for you," and they all started laughing. And they're like, "You did?" And I was like, "I did." Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think he saw me, but I did. I was like,
I gave it to him.
Yes,
hard.
But I know they were like, "She bless her heart." I was always pissed at him. Always.
That's a good friend.
Yes,
that's a good family right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I got you. Because she really had to get along with them because they had kids. So I understood.
But you didn't have to.
But I didn't have to. Yeah, somebody's got to keep the hate going.
I mean, keep that in mind, if anonymous person who.
Right. Yeah. Like, I'll get along with you, but it's enough knowing that my girl got my back in the background. Like, mm-hmm. But anyway,
if she has an opportunity to flip you off, she's
going to. Yes,
it's already done.
So The Good Wife is because and he was like a high profile something DA something whatever, I don't know.
I never watched that show, but I know which one.
And like he cheated on her, or it came out like you know how it always does, comes out scandal. He was, I can't remember if it was prostitutes or something. It was something scandalous, and of course she's embarrassed, so she ends up and like she gave up her career, of course, you know, but she ends up going back into it, and of course she becomes like a badass lawyer, right? And then from that stemmed The Good Fight, which is something I got off on. Not got off. I'm not gonna say got off. I had a great time, but there was one point where I was like hooked on CBS dramas like that. Mm-hmm. Like I watched like the Good Wife, The Good Fight, Blue Bloods, all the old lady boomer stuff. Girl, I was having a blast over on CBS. I ain't gonna lie to you, because me and my mom would talk about them. I'm like, Mama, you know what you need to watch? Girl, I was like, so, and I think that's how I got on Madam Secretary, all that old people stuff. Girl, I was having fun.
You do. Like, there was a phase. I've never watched any of that stuff.
You're like, I don't know what you. But I was like, girl, did you watch Madam Secretary? The best show, girl. The Good Fight is so good. It is with Christine Baranski, whom we love, Queen. Mm-hmm. And Delroy Lindo, and I loved him I always loved him, but I remember when he was in that, I was like, dang, I forgot I loved him. And of course he's in Syndicate. I'm like, I've been telling everyone about Delroy Lindo forever.
Yeah, you just talked about
yes, and he's in there. There's a bunch of other good people. It's a good show. So those are some of my. Do you have any more? I think we said Suits.
I didn't watch Suits. Are these all shows right now?
These are shows. Yeah, we haven't gone.
Yeah, I didn't watch a lot. I don't think I watched a lot of like lawyer shows. Like I'll watch LA Law, like I would back in the day on like TBS, or like I'm watching something and it's on all day. I'll watch it. But
Law and Order, I think I'll watch that, but you can almost say that was more policey than detective-y, even though it's called Law. But yeah. And then I didn't like the SUV. Yeah. SVU. I'm like, SUV?
Wait a minute.
SVU. I didn't like that one.
Yeah, I got to a point where I stopped watching like anything like hostile.
That was super, So, but the Criminal Intent, that's all. I like the ones with Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh yeah,
those were good.
But the dad from Fear.
The dad from Fear.
Isn't he the dad?
No, from Fear? I don't know. That's the guy. He's been in everything. That's the monster from Men in Black.
Yeah. That guy.
The War, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what? Yeah, I agree. I thought I did watch more lawyer shows, but I think I like a good political show more than I like a lawyer show. So that's why I was like,
I think I watch more like probably policey type stuff.
Policey, yeah. You're right.
More than like the justice part,
because sometimes the justice part sucks. Like when I was looking up the movies, I was like, I haven't seen that because I don't want to cry emotionally for 3 days. Because
I do like made for TV stuff about like trials,
about court cases. Yeah, famous court cases,
like the OJ one. Mm-hmm. That one was really good.
That one was super good.
Because at the time, all that Rodney King stuff,
right,
definitely impacted the OJ trial.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize how it all tied in. I was so glad when they made that correlation and just everything, and I was like, oh, because we're like 15.
Yeah, we were 15.
Yes,
I remember everything happening, but I didn't remember everything. Mm-hmm. So I think that like the made for TV, because that was good.
It was good.
Cuba Gooding Jr. and Ross from Friends, and
they all won awards, right?
They did.
David
was
Schwimmer.
Good. Yeah, David Schwimmer. Yeah, I didn't realize how I don't know. Iconic is not the right word. Like intricate the whole thing was because of who OJ was.
Yes, right.
Like who his counsel was, who the victims were.
Crazy.
Yeah, the timing of that all. If Rodney King hadn't have been, if that hadn't happened to Rodney King, what do you think would have happened?
He definitely would have got convicted. I think. I don't know. He's super rich. Yeah. I feel like I feel like because I don't know. What's his name? Johnny Cochran chose to play off of. That's what he knew. They knew that he killed her, and so they played off of a different angle, and they got the jury to, they got the jury they wanted, and they played off of emotions like that.
Yeah.
So
that was a good reenactment, though.
It was, yeah. It was crazy. And then, like, come to think of it now, like, I'm just thinking about, like, just as a Black person, like, we rode hard, super hard for OJ, but OJ he was not, like, a part of the Black community like that. Like, why did we even claim him like that?
Right?
Like, we could have rode hard for somebody better. Yes, like, at the end of the day, OJ was not worried about Black people.
He's not worried about nobody but himself.
Exactly.
Because then when he did go to jail, it was for stealing memorabilia.
Right.
Like, okay, murder is okay, but stealing is bad. Got it. Thanks, judicial system.
Oh, Orenthal. I'm like, he's ruined that name for everyone. Can never use that name again. Orenthal.
Like OJ. No.
And Orenthal sounds like, girl, he put some Orenthal in that drink. Slip to something. That's what it sounds like.
He gave you Orenthal. Making fun of this man's name. When he died, everybody was like,
and Shelley is done.
Okay.
Okay, so we were talking about next shows, or movies.
Let's do movies.
Okay.
I do love a good.
A good lawyer. So my first one, and it's not a fun one. I saw it one time, and I was like, never again in my life. A Time to Kill.
I read the book, but I didn't watch the movie.
It's one of those movies that you're like, I guess it's necessary, but I'm really, really sad now. Very sad.
All right. Thank you for entertaining me.
Thank you, History Lesson. Thank you, America, for nothing.
I hate it here. I've learned nothing.
The atrocity of this country is too much to bear. Sometimes that is. Like when you watch like a history documentary or something, you're just like, we are such bad people. It's a heavy burden.
I think it's interesting. I think it would be very interesting to be an attorney, because both sides have representation.
Yeah, and they deserve it. I mean, you deserve a good representation. How many bad things have happened to good people or people who are innocent?
I think that it would be difficult for me to represent somebody, to get somebody off the hook that I knew did wrong. I don't know if I could handle the whole devil's advocate type of deal.
Right.
Did you watch
Criminal?
That movie? Yeah. That one was wild.
That was crazy too. I think about that sometimes when I feel like I'm being too vain or something, or too. I think about that movie from time to time. I try to keep my ego in check. I'm like, because that basically is telling you that demons are amongst us, and or whatever you want to call it, evil people, evil things that are trying to get you to.
In my head, if there is good out there, there has to be evil.
Yeah.
There's always light and dark and yin
exactly.
And yang. There has to be both.
And if you're trying to meaninglessly have hopes and dreams and goal, everybody hopefully has those things, and things can get you off course from those things, and call it whatever you want to call it, whether it's demons or spirits or whatever, it's not good. So, and those things can come looking nicely. They don't always have to come looking like, sometimes
I'm a demon.
Yes, sometimes those things come packaged, and where you're like, well, this is great.
Beautiful. Right. You're not a demon, are you?
Right. Exactly. So it makes me think of like and be aware of like things that come in pretty packages that maybe are not great.
Yeah.
So I do think about that movie from time to time.
Yeah.
And I think I've only seen it like once or twice.
I've only seen it once or twice too, but it'll stick with
you. Yeah, I think that second time I was like, I don't think I need to see that again.
I got the message.
I got it. Got it, Jesus.
And like he started out pure at the beginning with like good intentions with his like pretty little Charlize Theron wife.
Yes.
All beautiful and shit.
That's why I said vanity, because when they went through all of that, all of the terrible things they went through, like, whew, finally we're getting our bearings about us, baby. We're good. And then they came, and then remember he came as a reporter, wanted to interview them, and then he left, and he was like, vanity gets him every time. Woo! Lord, I know I had to seen that movie 25 years ago. I don't know, and I will never forget that.
You know which one
never
got me? The attorney movie that got me, that I was like, I will think about it, is Primal Fear. With Richard Gere and Edward Norton.
I didn't see that one.
Girl. Spoiler alert. Richard Gere spends the entire time with Edward Norton, and he is accused of killing like the Archbishop or something.
Who is
Edward Norton is. But he's a little bit slow, and he's kind of got a stutter and da-da-da-da. Well, then it comes out on that he's got a split personality. And they catch the split personality on TV, but they've already started arguing like one thing, and like you can't change the argument. Like attorneys have all those rules and stuff.
Right.
Like you can't change your argument in the middle. And so they couldn't say So they couldn't say he had split personality. So they had to trigger him in court so that he came out of his split personality in court. And then everyone was like, and the court went crazy and it was adjourned. And then they go back to the back, and Edward Norton and Richard Gere are talking. And Richard Gere was like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "Man, that was masterful." He was like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "I did exactly what you told me to do. I freaked out in there, and they bought it. We did it. And he was like, "Wow." He's like, "I didn't." He basically was like, yeah, they would have never known that your alter ego existed as the bad guy. And he was like, "That's who I am. The good guy is the alter ego." He was never crazy. Like he was playing the game. And he was good and bad.
Kaiser Soze.
So hard. And then Richard Gere's like, "Wow, I let this killer
go."
So
what? Because they said that he was mentally.
Yeah, they let him off because he was mentally unstable. But and then like double murder. I remember that was a big deal back in the day.
And I feel like you should still get a sentence if you mentally unstable. Then you need to go sit down somewhere else. Maybe not jail. But you need to get on somewhere. That doesn't mean you get to go free just because you're mentally unstable. Like, obviously.
But is he a danger?
He's mentally unstable. He just killed a few people. That's it.
Fine.
Like, can he go sit in the hospital somewhere then?
Does he have to be in my world that I live in?
Like, what kind of... Yeah. That's crazy. That had me on my heels, Leslie. I was like, what?
That was a great movie.
And I'm picturing it because I'm seeing like Richard Gere and Edward Norton.
He's so handsome.
Edward Norton had a good time where he was really good. I mean, he still is a good actor, but like he was
the late 90s.
Yeah,
because he had American or a History X too.
Yeah, that's a one time.
That was a one timer too.
That's a one timer. All these intense movies. Yeah, I remember I really liked him when he was married to. Was it Selma Hayek or was it Penelope? It was Selma Hayek, right?
I don't know. Lucky him.
Either one is fantastic. I think it was Selma Hayek and oh my gosh, I can't spell. Yeah, I think they were married. Yeah, 1999 to 2003.
Oh, see, she had him in his heyday.
Hey,
she's so beautiful.
She is.
Oh, Selma Hayek.
After their breakup, Hayek reportedly stated that she was looking for a man with more balls than she had. Me too, Selma. And you notice she's still single. She's like, I don't know where he is.
Bigger balls.
I'll just stay single. Just be beautiful. Meanwhile. Okay. A Few Good Men, and I don't think I've ever seen it, but I think everybody knows. Just you can't handle the truth. Have I seen that full movie?
I don't think I have.
No, I have. Yes, yeah, I have. Okay. We talked about Devil's Advocate. I'm getting all of the like not fun ones
because that's probably our triple dipper.
Yes,
surprise.
But we can still talk, but because they're so serious. Philadelphia. I never saw that one because I was like, this is not.
Oh, like there's like Aaron Brockovich. And all
Aaron Brockovich. There's My Cousin Vinny.
One's a funny one.
That one's. I think I only saw that once though.
Oh, that's great.
The Judge. Did you ever watch The Judge? And it's not even really. I think I just put that in there because I'm like, oh yeah, I saw it, and it has Robert Downey Jr. and his dad is the judge, but it's not really the only lawyer thing about it is his dad was a judge.
Oh,
but otherwise, it's a father-son relationship.
No. Nope. Didn't see that one.
I think one day, like, I was at home by myself and, like, when you're, like, looking, like, for movies on Amazon?
Yeah.
And I think it, like, recommended it, and I was like, Robert Downey Jr.? And I think it had Robert Duvall, perhaps? It was, like, 2, and I was like, okay.
Check it out.
Yeah, and it was really good. Just a nice, like, type, like, father-son relationship. They were doing something, and it was cool.
Nice.
We were talking about Aaron. Did you ever see Aaron Brockovich?
I did see Aaron Brockovich. I do. I mean, it was based on a true story.
Yeah.
And it was the drinking water. Was that the water one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julia Roberts.
I do love when people like because there's lots of different kinds of law that you can do. There's not just like
That is very true.
There's not just lawyers that go to court and stuff. I'm sure a lot of attorneys don't.
Right. That's probably, more true than that. Everyone's not a trial lawyer.
Yeah, because our friend Erik Martin, he does litigation and he does oil and gas and he does estate planning. And what he's learning is like a lot of us millennials don't even know what an estate is. We don't think that we need estate planning because we don't think we have estates. But that's just like fancy attorney lingo for like getting your last will and testament.
Right.
Do you want to be on a machine? Who's going to have custody of the kids? Who gets your, drum set? Who gets whatever? Like that's what that means. So everybody does have an estate to plan.
Right. That's true.
Even if you don't think you have anything, like I'm sure you do. Like your cousin wants all your old band shirts or something.
Right.
Not to be tossed out somewhere, and maybe they don't know that there's all kinds of stuff. So you do need one, but there is tons of different kinds of attorneys.
What kind of attorney do you think you would be if you were going to be an attorney?
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't know either. I think I'm going to be a nerd and say real estate lawyer because I'm interested in that, and that interests me. Like titles, and that kind of goes. Yeah,
there's that. Yeah, there's attorneys for everything.
Yeah, because title companies have real estate lawyers. I think I would. Because I understand real estate. I get it. It's very clear. Some things, my mind, I feel like to make things less complicated, I like for things to be like pretty, like this or that. Understand? Like, so when there's like a bunch of cloudiness, I don't understand. I'm like, what? But like with real estate, I get it and I understand it.
Makes sense.
It makes all sense. Okay. So I think that's what I would be.
Nice. I know.
Because I think entertainment would be my first choice, but then I'm like, that'd be too messy, and I'd be sad because all the people that I really like their music, I'd be like, they crazy as hell,
right?
So like I wouldn't. Yeah, I'll be like, I don't want to do that no more.
Yeah, I think when I was a kid and I'd be like arguing about something, my dad would be like, "You should be an attorney when you grow up." But I think it was just because like I would make a point and stick to it,
right?
And like. I don't know. I don't know if I would even. I don't know.
An environmental lawyer,
maybe. You can't do that. Leave those fish alone. Did
you have a BPA report?
Yeah. I don't know, girl. I've never thought about being a lawyer.
I thought about it. I would like to be a politician.
Yeah.
Before that, but I think it'd be good to know lawyer stuff. I think that's always good to know because I want to be Secretary of State. So whatever path I need to take, that's what I. Because sometimes you do have to be a lawyer to go into politics.
Yeah. I do have. I'm my cousin Dee. She is an attorney, and she helps with like writing policy for like domestic violence survivors.
Girl, you could do stuff like that, like stuff like to help women, stuff like that.
It'd get me so fired
up. Yes, you'd be pissed.
It'd probably make me very efficient.
Yes. You would be just like Elle Woods in Legally Blonde, probably one of the best. Lawyer movies ever.
Yeah. Agreed.
Because how else are you gonna know somebody murdered somebody because they took a shower and they just got a perm? But
happy people have endorphins.
That makes no sense.
She was good.
Yeah.
I love that it was like it's like she just woke up and decided one day she wanted to go to Harvard Law. And she did. And then she did it really good.
Yeah. And that she changed and like she initially went there for a man and then realized like that was stupid. I'm glad I'm here.
Right.
But shouldn't be chasing after this guy. Let me be serious about my education.
Yeah, and then he's gonna be with Selma Blair over Reese Witherspoon. Get
out of here. God. I always thought that.
And then when she's like, this is the kind of guy that he wants to marry, and points to like the most basic Chelsea Clinton bitch in a magazine I've ever seen. That's who he wants to marry.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, I am Elle Woods.
Do you see me? And why would Elle Woods is like super smart and like charming and sweet and genuine. Like
I do think that her naivety about what people think about her got her a long ways. Like she was just being Elle Woods. Right. And I think that always being authentic will get you a long way.
Even though people were super rude. Why do you be super rude? But anyway.
I mean, Selma Blair is cute, but.
And like her energy.
That's what it was.
Like, so you're going to go like with this, like, I don't know. Me and Leslie, we were just talking about how like some people like the things that they choose or they want to focus on is so weird because we're not like so for us we're like, why would you pick Elle Wood over like her energy, just overall warmth is there.
Yeah.
And then Summer, I feel like Selma is like would be a bitch. Not in real life, like in the character in the movie.
Her character.
Like you don't live with her?
Yeah, they were taking bets to see how long it was gonna take for her to drop out. Rude. Women supporting women. Let's get her a book. Let's invite her to their study party. No, they were not that way.
Rude ass. Jokes on them. Also, of course, Liar Liar, which is also another top tier movie.
Yes.
Lawyer movie.
I agree.
Even though I don't know if they like talked about law. They have he was a divorce lawyer.
Yeah, a divorce. Yeah. That would be terrible. I would not.
No. What's that girl's name? Lauren the lawyer, and she's from Dallas. And that's a fun TikTok because she be talking about all the stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a fun TikTok follow. Lauren the lawyer.
I'll follow her.
And yeah, she be spilling tea because she's like it's fun because she's like, take my advice. You need to protect yourself by doing this because, and then she'll tell you some good tea, and you're like, shit, what?
Love me some tea.
Tea is great.
It is
really good.
I do like all the TikToks like the attorneys do that'll give you like legal advice. I think it's really interesting that they like you can learn a lot. Like there's a lot of legal loopholes out there.
There is, yes.
I don't know. I think a lot of attorneys have a bad name of like or like a bad rap of being like
I think attorneys, realtors, but at the end of the day, usually I would say most. I'm gonna say 6 times out of 10, they're usually good people.
Yeah.
Because of course there are bad lawyers and there's bad real estate agents.
Yeah.
Who are just like not, but most of them are just like really trying to do a service to you and help you out in whatever way you need help.
Yeah. That's the way it should be. I think it's weird for anybody to do stuff for any reason.
Because they need to know that it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
To do like, of course, y'all have to make money for sure, but like to be
if
sustainable,
you're doing a genuinely good job,
and like to do like longevity, you need to be like upfront and honest.
Yeah.
Like be so for real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but we were talking a long time. But we still have we gotta talk about specific lawyers. Because sometimes there's lawyers, but the show's not about lawyer, but the occupation is the lawyer. All right, let's hear it. So, what do you think? Who comes to mind?
I mean, Elle Woods was my first one.
Yes.
Gary Mason.
But that was a show, like, the one to Harvard Law. Yeah. No, like, I would say, okay, this is what I'm thinking. Like, Claire Huxtable. Like, Claire Huxtable was a lawyer, but it wasn't necessarily right. About that.
Ooh, Claire Huxtable was top tier.
She's the top tier. She's the best lawyer I've ever known. I don't even know what lawyer she practiced. I don't know what law.
I don't know. But she can habla.
She was the number one lawyer at her law firm. I know that.
I know that too.
They made her partner.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. Whatever she did.
I love that episode where Heathcliff calls her and he's like telling her to speak to him in Spanish. But the guy is like watching her.
Yes.
So funny.
So cute.
I love Claire.
Maxine Shaw from Living Single. Remember, she was always helping them out. She was like, Maxine Shaw, attorney at law. And she was like, always like, whatever snafu they found themselves in and they needed a lawyer, they would call Max would come.
I mean,
and be there to fit in them. She was a good friend. Good job, Maxine. Good
job, girl.
Girls. Oh, wait, I'm going to say this for last because this is my favorite. Okay. Remember the lawyer on The Simpsons?
I'm Troy McClure.
No, Lionel Hurt.
Yeah.
Hurt? Is that right there?
Lionel Hurt, yeah.
Okay, Lionel Hurt. That was the...
Oh, Lionel. Everything bad always happens. Paul would crack up about that one.
And then, did you ever watch Will and Grace?
I did like Will and Grace.
Will was a lawyer.
He was?
Yes. Will was a lawyer. I didn't watch Will and Grace, but from my extensive journalistic research.
I had no idea.
He was a lawyer.
Interesting.
Barry Zuckerman? Barry Zuckerman. On Arrested Development. Zuckenham?
Oh, yeah.
Horn? Writing in cursive sometimes. Like Zuckenhorn? That?
I remember who you're talking about.
Barry.
Barry. It's the guy from
okay, yes.
Yeah, the guy.
Yes, yeah.
There is shenanigans.
There is Lou again. Okay, so my favorite person, I don't know if, and I've confirmed it on across several sites. My favorite person that was a lawyer, that we didn't realize it was a lawyer, Gomez Adams.
What?
Yes. He didn't get his riches from being a lawyer, but he was a lawyer. I probably helped like his family and stuff out because who else would take on the Adams? But Gomez Adams was a lawyer.
Interesting. I don't know if I knew what he did.
I don't think anybody did. And at first I read it and I was like, what? And then I went on several other things. I'm like, oh, he was the lawyer. So that's my favorite lawyer. Gomez Adams. I can't imagine he was crazy and had like a crazy filing system
and everything.
But like he knew where stuff was.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, if you really want a relationship, get you somebody that loves you like Gomez. He's always gonna be my go-to person to be like, I want someone to love me like Gomez loves Morticia. Yes,
just for her,
just
for being her.
Yes. So,
and then their little weirdo kids are perfect for like they're all.
It's a standard, y'all. Get you somebody that loves you like Gomez, and life will be
great. And if Deb walks into your family, don't kill her, but talk her into reason with her.
Exactly.
Even if she tried to kill you first. But Deb would have been an amazing addition to that family. She
would have. And I would listen to them. Or if Morticia was like my sister-in-law, oh my God, me and her would be, that would be my girl.
She would tell you all about lighting.
Yes. And she would tell me all about how to look beautiful and keep your man. And I'd be like, I would listen to everything.
Yeah.
And then she'd tell me like, Ramelle, don't do that. Like, why are you stressing out? Let him do it. And I'm like, oh my God. You're right, Morticia.
Not all of us have Gomezism. You're right.
Love them.
Classic.
Yes. So yes.
Oh, lawyer stuff. But my favorite lawyer, obviously, is Erik Martin.
Yes.
Obviously.
Get you a will, y'all.
Get you a will. Erik Martin says you're gonna die.com.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you are.
go to it.
Yes.
See what happens. All right. What pop culture stuff is going on?
Girl, there is a few things going on. Okay, so we want to talk about today, literally today. No, yesterday was Cowboy Carter, the first.
In LA.
Yeah, in LA. First tour kicking off. Girl, I'm so excited. So excited. But Rumi and Blue pulled up.
Blue looked amazing.
This is her second tour. This is her second tour, baby.
And you can tell how much she's grown.
The first one, she looked like the first tour of the Renaissance. The first show, she looked like terrified.
Yes,
terrified. Was kind of like,
I'm doing the thing.
Yes, and I'm counting. By the end of that tour, she had progressed. Now, Cowboy Carter, she's professional. Mm-hmm. She's already been on tour. And she's already done it.
So excited.
She was like trying to remember. She's like, oh yeah, I gotta remember the choreography. She did. But I'm so excited. And then she just hugged her mom.
Oh, that was so sweet.
It did. I was like,
as a middle child, she was seen. She was like, yes. I am real. They see me.
She has been begging to go on the tour, and B was like, hold on, baby, let's get a little bit older. Yes, it'll be your time. She has been begging to go on that tour, and baby was so excited.
She did good,
and you can tell that Beyonce was very protective over. Like she was like, you stay here, like don't. Also, could be because she's the second child, and second children are a little bit cuckoo. She's
the middle, right, or she's the baby. She's boy's the baby.
Oh well, they're twins. I don't know who was born first.
Oh, I forgot they were twins.
Yeah. So I don't know, but she's the second or a little bit crazier all the time. So she was like, "Let me make sure this child doesn't go run off this damn stage."
Start stage diving.
Girl, get your ass over there.
They will take you.
Do you know who you are?
My baby.
Yes.
Would never.
They would give her back. Like they would give her back. Yeah. But yes. But so I'm so excited because I think it's June 23rd. I haven't got my tickets yet, but I'm not worried about it. They're
in the mail.
Yes,
they're in the mail. The comparisons between Cowboy Carter's tour and Katy Perry's tour is absolutely hilarious because they have all those SNL skits where it's like, I'm Janet, I'm Lula, and I'm Denise, and here comes Katy Perry.
She's like.
Like, what is with her face? Like, she's not even dancing hard.
No. I don't know.
It's like when Corey Feldman was doing his guitar solo and he was just going, and like, if you make the face and then you're doing something, I guess.
Girl. I do feel bad for her. I'm like, now I'm at the point because I was laughing at her and stuff, but now I'm like, okay, y'all, let's leave Katie. I feel a little bit bad for her. No. We've already made her feel she's fine. But yeah, I feel bad. Yeah. But it's kind of funny.
I don't feel that bad.
No, LJ does not feel bad. He's always talking about it. I'm like, leave Katie alone.
Now. Well, the other thing I saw that I'm super excited about is the Paul Rubens.
Oh, girl, y'all should have seen poor Leslie watching this.
I've seen the trailer three times, and I've cried all 3 times.
At one point, I was like, "Are you gonna be okay?"
I know. I'm trying not to mess up my makeup before we record.
That's the trailer. She hadn't even seen it,
but it does 2-part thing.
It does look,
and he recorded it when he knew he was sick. Right. So
that is because at first when she told me, I don't know why I was like, "Well, who's starring?" But I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't know it was a biography. Like, oh, it was him. And I think, that does make it a different element because he was doing it as he was passing away. So that is,
yeah. So I'm very much looking forward to that.
When does it come? Oh, May 23rd.
Yeah. Coming. All right, girl. You got anything else? What are you into? Or skip it.
What do you want to do?
Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah. I don't have what are you into? I just have a question.
Okay.
What do you think of this? So you know how when you go like at hairstylists, they're always doing they're doing stuff with the hair, so they always have to like be on the Bluetooth and stuff. Like, how do you feel when like you're like listening to the whole damn conversation, like for like an hour?
Like your hairstylist is having a conversation. Yes. I have my cosmetology license, and I would never. I would listen to a client's conversation, but I would never make a client listen to my conversation.
But at the same time, like,
you don't get to talk on the phone when you're at home. Or if you're at a regular job.
I mean, I guess. I'm like,
you wouldn't be touring a home and then be like, all right, Leslie, we're going to, on the podcast, or this MFer did this. Or...
Girl, but it's so funny. I guess you're right. I never thought about it like that.
Like,
I found it so awkward. Especially whenever, and I can understand, like, okay, my husband's calling. No, milk from the store. Okay, yes. All right, bye. Or whatever. No. But like when it's a long conversation, it's so, and I didn't know if it was me because I can understand I'm a little quirky and weird sometimes, especially about like
etiquette and stuff.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I guess it's just they don't get to talk on the phone and they don't get to use their hands. But it's so weird to me when I'm like listening to your whole conversation.
That is bizarre. Imagine you. No.
Okay.
If I were trying to
feel bad about thinking that way anymore.
No, if I were like buying a car and like this, my car seller's on his Bluetooth as like we're working crunching numbers, I'm gonna be like, can I please have your attention? Like, can you do that later, please?
Right.
And then they're in your like standing over you, touching your head. No.
Okay. Well,
that's my 2 cents.
Am I gonna ever bring it up? No.
No, you can't.
I'm just gonna.
If you say something, you're a bitch. Yes. You can't say anything.
And it's not. And it's almost too like
it's not even worth it.
Yeah, like I don't even necessarily want you to talk to me. Like that's fine too. So
that's what I thought you were gonna ask because, like, I was fine with silence, but I would let my client talk or I'd initiate small talk, and if they didn't respond, then silence was fine.
Right. No, I'm cool. My favorite is when they turn on a show of something. I love that. It's my favorites. Put on some movie or a show that we can both watch and entertain, and maybe we can like
talk about it.
Like, girl, what? That is my absolute favorite.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yes, that's what I prefer you to do.
Yeah,
but
somebody having a one-sided conversation where you only hear one side, rude. No.
And then every once in a while, I think they'll hang up. So they'll ask me like, I don't know. Or like they'll like talking to me and I won't know it. And I'm like, and they're like, so hold your head up. And I'm not registering. And then they're like, hold your head up. And I'm like,
you're sorry. I was trying not to listen. So I turned my ears off. Sorry.
They're like an idiot. Like, oh, me?
Me?
Oh, yes. Yes. I would like.
Whatever. No, I'd be super irritated. I don't know. I might be like, or I'd get on my phone too and be like, oh, we talking on the phone.
Like I said, whenever they have that, and especially if they have TV on, I'm like,
I'll just tune it out.
It's a little weird, but I'm fine.
Right. I'm listening to your whole ass conversation.
They said that they weren't going on the cruise because, but the brother-in-law started to get into it with the, I don't know.
That's funny. Yeah. No.
Okay. All right. Thank you, friend.
I'm in, you know what I'm into.
What are you into?
I love that trend where they're like, I'm so hungry.
Yeah, that is fun. I probably have sent you, like, I remember I was like, I'll send her one more and that's it.
No, keep them. It's so
funny. It's so funny.
That grandma, and it was like, I told my grandma I was so hungry I could eat the woman that used to flirt with my granddad. And she was like, well, you can try, but I wouldn't with that.
It wouldn't be very good. Tastes like trash.
Or the one guy that she was like, I'm so hungry I could eat so-and-so. And he was like, my friend who died in a river in 2005. Have fun eating a bunch of bones.
And then the comment says like, the family of the guy is like, oh. Yes, that was our nephew and cousin tragically passed away.
A bunch of bone soup. So
I think I sent you one that was like she did it to her uncle, and then it's like his ex-girlfriend. She's like, I'm so hungry I can eat whatever. She was so, and like his face was like a cartoon, and he was like, who said that? Your father?
They're like at a wedding or
something. Yes. And I was like, that was the best year. All of them are great. The ones with dads, because dads don't know what's going. Like now, I couldn't do it to anybody that
I can't do it to anybody
because
now.
everyone knows, but dads don't ever know stuff, so they're always like, what? Or like, are you freaking weird? What the hell's wrong with you?
It's a delightful trend. I don't know why. I think it's so silly.
Yeah. The ones with kids. The one I saw one the other day with the kid, and like there was like 2 kids, and he was like, "Her, you gonna eat her?"
Or I'm so hungry, I can eat grandma.
No! Like, how dare you? The baby one. Have you seen the baby one?
No.
I don't think I said. I think I told myself not to show it to you. It was a baby. Like the baby was like not talking age. Like maybe let's say I think the baby was like 8 months, 7 or 8 months, and the auntie was like, "I'm so hungry, I can eat Miss Rachel," and the baby was like hitting the auntie in the mouth, and she kept on saying like, "I can't eat Miss Rachel," and she was like, no. Even the baby said, "Don't be eating Miss Rachel."
Oh, Miss Rachel has a new baby.
Yeah,
good for her.
Good for you, Miss Rachel.
All right, are you ready for our Trouble Dipper, girl?
This is gonna be a long episode. Sorry, y'all.
I will.
Yes, I am.
You have okay. So our Trouble Dipper, because of all of this tyranny talk, is our top 3 favorite shows or movies about attorneys.
Yeah. We couldn't decide whether to do shows or movies, so we were like shows and movies.
Shows and movies.
Yes.
Do you have any honorable
I don't.
I do.
You do? Let me hear.
Night Court.
Okay.
But I am shocked.
It was on your ringtone.
It was. I was a fan. I can't believe I'm just realizing it was court at night. Like it was night court.
That is so hilarious. And it always showed like the neon light.
Like, yeah, it was dark outside.
Yeah, it was dark. Yeah.
It was obviously at nighttime. And then Primal Fear. That was my other one. That movie. That was twisty turny that I didn't know existed back in the day. That came out in the like mid 90s.
Is that one of those Michael 90s. Crichton?
No.
Okay. But there's another movie that I want to watch that it's on Amazon, but it just seems so crazy. And it's like there's a guy, he's on a jury, and like one night he's leaving or he's something. No. He did something. I can't remember if he's drunk, but he hit somebody, like hit and run, and like he didn't worry about it, and was like, well, he kind of hit it. And then months later, he's on a jury, and he realized it's the case, and someone's getting tried for the boyfriend getting tried for the murder, and he's on the jury.
Awkward.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but it's on Amazon. I wanted to bring it up, I hadn't seen it, so I didn't want to be like.
Interesting.
But it's on Amazon.
We'll have to check it out.
Yeah, that sounds good. I was like, ooh, I think it's like Clint Eastwood's son. Maybe something like that. Yes.
All right, girl, let's hear your number 3.
Okay, my number 3 is The Good Wife. I told you how much I like that little series. It was fun. It made me feel smart. I learned a lot about lawyers. And it has another, I'm sad I don't know it was a black lady on there, and she was like fierce. You know, I'm like a good main character.
Yeah.
And they were friends. So it was me and Leslie basically if we were lawyers and fierce lawyers.
Anytime there's 2 strong women, one white, one black,
it's us. That's it.
It's us. Even if it's just 2 white women, 2 black women, 2 women.
I'll never forget one time I was at a Papados with Jesse. Yeah, it was years ago. I was at a Papados and we were sitting at the bar eating, and this white lady was there.
I feel like you called me to tell me.
I called you. Yes, this white lady was there with her husband or something. They didn't, but the black lady, they were there, and they were so happy to see each other and so excited, and they just laughed and I was so happy for them. I was like, when are y'all gonna get together? Like they
should start a podcast.
Yes, they were so happy to see each other. It was like by chance. And I don't know if they hadn't seen each other for a while, but whatever the circumstances were, they were excited, and I was excited for them.
That was before we were doing the podcast.
That was a long time. We
saw each other for a couple times a year.
Yeah, so it made sense. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I think I was still living in the Metroplex at that time.
But even still, we didn't see each other that often.
Yeah.
Like, we would go through phases.
Right? Like, now I live an hour away, and we see each other way more.
I know.
But, yeah.
That was fun.
But, yes, so The Good Wife, great show. You'll learn a lot about the law and how to be a strong woman.
That's what I mean. All right, my number 3 is The Client with Susan Sarandon and Tommy Lee Jones. And it was Brad Renfro, and he had seen like the murder, and Tommy Lee Jones and them were trying to interrogate him, and he was underage, but he didn't have representation. So he found Susan Sarandon, and she like took him under her wing.
Oh,
and it was good. That was a John Grisham.
Okay.
But I had a big old crush on Brad Renfro for a long time.
Oh, I know that one.
It was a good one, but it was one of them John Grisham ones.
Yeah, he had a time.
There was a time.
He had a time.
That one was a good one, and I love me some Susan Sarandon. And Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones is good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Love it. Well, my number 2 is going to be kind of boring. I feel like mine are going to be kind of like, okay, sorry. Kind of anticlimactic. But The Good Fight, I loved it. That was my favorite. I think that was my favorite CBS. No, Madam Secretary is my favorite CBS show. Second favorite CBS show was definitely The Good Fight. It was so quirky and weird too. And it was right whenever Trump was his first term. And it was like very smart. And it gave you different themes involved. It was a really good watch. Very quirky. It was different, but it was very like, so that's why I think that's why I was like, it's so surprising, and I feel like no one watched it. Like, does anybody know what I'm talking about? But it was good. It was a good show. I know. It's okay. I don't think anybody did. I think it was me.
You did.
Me and my mama.
Loved it.
Me and the boomers. But you had to be a liberal boomer, so that like takes out half of the boomers. Because it was a very like liberal driven, because it was like you could tell that they were like anti-Trump.
Right.
But it was crazy. It was good.
What's it on? You know?
I believe now it's on. Now I don't know. I'll watch it. I got a CBS app to watch it.
Oh my goodness. Sometimes they make shows too difficult to watch.
But this was years ago, so maybe they got better.
Probably.
Where can I watch The Good Fight? There's a clip that goes every so often on TikTok of Delroy Lindo, and he's on on Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. But he was on the news broadcast for that show, and it looks real, and every once in a while it goes viral, and people are like, "What was this?" And then you'll see every few comments like, "It's a show, because he was trying to goat this broadcaster to say the N-word. He's like, "Go ahead and say it. You want to say it? Go ahead." Because the guy was asking. Seen that. Yes, but that was from that show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So crazy, good stuff.
Nice. All right, my number 2 is Legally Blonde.
Of course.
Elle Woods.
Of course.
You got Luke Wilson. You got Selma Blair being a bad girl.
But then, was she in the second one?
Oh, yeah, they became friends.
Yeah, she was friend. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you can come around.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
But it was good. It's motivating.
Yeah.
It tells you you can do anything if you really put your mind to it.
Exactly.
Don't be doing stuff just for a boy.
Yeah. And like she did find love, but it wasn't the focus of the like show or the movie. And it was a musical. I mean, it's still around forever. It's still
classic.
It's a classic.
Yeah. Yeah, that came out in 2001.
If you came in here or for Halloween, you had on pink heels and like a nice tailored shirt or suit and a pink hat, everyone would be like, "Oh my God, you're Elle Woods." We would know
if you had a little doggy with you.
Yeah,
totally,
for sure. I love it.
Is this number 1?
My number 1, and I feel like it's the same as yours.
Okay.
My number 1 is Liar Liar.
Nice.
Because we don't hide our love for Jim Carrey on this podcast,
and
that might be one of my top Jim Carrey movies.
I agree.
Period.
It is hilarious from start to finish. Carrey always, I'm the Claw. He's so dorky.
He is dorky.
And then the little kid's so cute with his little hair.
Right. And
she couldn't tell more lies.
It's just a good movie. And like the physical comedy in there.
Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah.
And your bra.
And everything. It's great comedy, great. I can't say anymore. Good stuff. When he whenever he was in the restroom, he beat himself up. I'm kicking my ass. Man.
I enjoy the pin is blue.
Yes.
So ridiculous.
So crazy.
Ridiculous. I love it.
Yes.
You stuffed her like a Thanksgiving turkey. There's so many good one-liners. Oh, Jim Carrey. I feel like there's so like our generation got the best of like the getting to yell movie quotes at people.
Right?
It's like everybody watched Liar.
Yeah. I agree. We did.
Nice. Well, I did not make that number one.
Oh, okay, surprising.
Because I do love that movie.
Right,
I figured it would be on yours. So I made my number one, My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, very good. I love
it. Marissa Tomei
was
Ralph
Marissa.
Macchio was in it.
Yeah.
Joe Pesci. And then Lane Smith, he's the dad and son-in-law. He's a good bad lawyer.
Okay, yeah.
And then Herman Munster is the judge.
He's a good judge.
He was a good judge.
Was that the only thing he was judging? Was he even judging something else?
I don't know. He looked very
He does look very judgy. I'm like, very judgy.
Yeah, good casting.
Yes.
But that's such a fun movie. Like, Joe Pesci is so irritated about the country, and he can't sleep because it's too loud and it's too quiet. And then he goes to jail, and she's like, "Do you want me to bail you out?" And he's like, "Oh, I'll finally get some sleep." And he sleeps like a baby in jail, and his silly suit that he has to wear.
Yeah.
And the two youths.
I haven't seen it in forever.
It's so good. It's great. Marissa Tomei is just.
She won an Oscar. Good job, My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah, good stuff. So, all right. Well, you got anything else? Girl?
No, girl.
All right.
I'm good. I hope you guys have a great week.
I'm Leslie. Make sure you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and you can watch us on Spotify and YouTube.
And I'm Ramelle. Make sure to follow me, Ramelle the Realtor, on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Woo, woo, woo.